Okay guys, it's been a couple days since I've worked in the shop. I brought this Model A frame in here the other day. I had this as a project many years ago. I boxed it, but I had a kick-up rear end in it, but I didn't like it, so I ground that off yesterday. So my job today is I'm going to start mocking up the suspension to the frame, and then start seeing what I'm going to do for body mounts and engine mounts. I've got a small block Chevy here. I know everyone says don't use a Chevy, but whatever. I have it in stock, so I'm going to put it to use. So yeah, I'm going to make up some mounts and start setting up my rear suspension. I do believe I'm going to go with coilovers to see if that'll work good for me. So I have some in stock, so I'm going to use what I have here, and I'll keep you guys posted. Here it goes. Whoa. Luckily, I have all the new front hardware. I got new U-bolts. I've just sandblasted it and painted the original hardware, and here it goes. There, that's just to show you how easy it is. Oh, and so it's a boxed Model A frame. It's a Super Bell 4-inch dropped axle, as well with the a dropped reverse spring, and yeah, just early Ford juice brakes. I'm going to be cutting off these engine mounts here, and yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Okay guys, I just finished grinding off the old motor mounts that I put in many years ago. I just really want to tell you guys, when you're doing this, using power tools and that, make sure you use safety equipment. I used the face shield. I got a respirator. Again, like, look at the mess here, right? So everything's grinding off and particles and whatnot, right? So you don't want anything hitting your eyes or your face or inhaling this crap either, right? So, but as you can see, here's all the parts of the mounts that I've taken out. So again, just be, think safety for a bit. I'm usually not a safety guy, but sometimes you gotta say, hey, go for it. Okay guys, it's Wednesday evening. I just got off of work. I work late on Wednesdays for right now. So I'm going to try to do some work to my little hot rod here. As you can see, I just mocked up the small block Chevy here. This engine is actually going to go in my 52 Ford half-ton, but I got another engine underneath there. That'll be coming out sooner than later, but that's another discussion there. But nonetheless, I mocked everything up. As you can see, these engine mounts here, I bought these at back the 50s either last year or the year before, and just to have something sit on the shelf. I always, buy parts when I got extra money. They're going to get used one day, right? So today's the day. So with the Model A frame here and these mounts, it's 3/8 of an inch too narrow on both sides. So obviously I just put this piece of wood here for a spacer on both sides so the engine's perfectly squared. Now I'm just going to use these metal plates here. Just replace obviously the wooden templates here, but just make them smaller. And just for the spacers, I'm going to cut them to size. Tack weld them to these mounts right here, and then tack weld it and just get it, ready to, weld to the frame, right? So in theory, it's going to work slick. It's not, so it's so that's what I'm going to do. So other than that, it's doing not too bad. I have it's going to be just a turbo 350 transmission. I have a transmission cross member in another old hot rod frame. I got to cut out one of these days in the side yard, but again, that's one day. And after that, I'm just gonna tackle this, but right now I'm just gonna work on this task at hand for the engine. Then after this, the trans, and then I'll probably call it an episode. I'll keep you guys posted. Okay guys, I've got the engine mounts off the engine here to weld up to the plates, and then the plates will get welded to the frame. But nonetheless, this is what they look like. I still have to fully weld them, but it's just, just to make sure everything's gonna work, so. But nonetheless, everything's all, excuse me for a sec. Totally square, so everything's gonna sit flush. You don't want anything, cockeyed, right? So, but nonetheless, yeah. So I'm gonna bolt these back to the engine, and then here's the rubber mounts. It's just the biscuit style here. It's simple as they come, and it works great. So I'll get this going, then I'll show you the aftermath picture. Okay, guys? See you soon. Hey guys, it's Kevin. It's been a couple days since I worked on the little Model A. I've got some helpers here today, 2 of the 3 stooges here, and the other brother, Ryan. So this is what we accomplished today. We fully welded in the engine mounts here to the frame. I just got to give it a good final smoothing with the flap disc there. It's nicely squared in where it should be. And then tomorrow they're going to rework the transmission mount to make it work. So it's been cut up a couple times, so we're going to make that right. And then Chris and Derek, here we spread the frame exactly where it should be according to the measurements off the stock Model A frame. So everything's level where it should be. And soon we're going to put the engine on and go from there. But yeah, so pretty much the engine's right where it's supposed to be. It's just a mild small block Chevy. Nothing fancy with it. Turbo 350 transmission. I bought these valve covers from Corey. He bought them probably like 10 years ago at our local swap meet for, I don't know, I think it was like 15 or 20 bucks. So that's a pretty good deal. And again, just got to set up everything else here, but it's looking pretty good. I put a short water pump on here too for more clearance for the rad when it comes time for it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Dun, dun, dun. Okay guys, it's pretty much end of our work night tonight. It's been kind of a long night. I got some good help tonight, so thank you very much. We planted the body down the frame. This is where it's going to go. I'm pretty happy with it. It sits not too bad, like an old school hot rod. So next is in another episode I'm going to start doing my rear frame here. So yeah. I'm pretty happy how it is so far. Again, I'm just doing this on a budget here, cheap as possible. And speaking of cheap there, I think I'm gonna horse trade off a Corey here, a 6-carb intake here, so at least have something cooler, try to make the Chevy look a little better, so time will tell. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this little episode, nothing really crazy about it, but yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. See you next time from Penny's Hot Rods and Customs. Doo-doo-doo.
Perfect.